In a quiet countryside village, surrounded by rolling hills and endless farmland, a hard-working farmer named Hassan lived. For many years, he was known as one of the most skilled farmers in the region. His fields were always green, his crops healthy, and his harvests plentiful. People often admired his discipline and dedication. Every morning before sunrise, Hassan walked through his land carefully, checking the soil, watering the crops, and planning for the future. Farming was not simply his work. It was the life he had built with his own hands. One year, after months of preparation, Hassan planted the largest crop of his life. The villagers believed it would bring him great wealth, but only weeks later, disaster struck. Dark clouds covered the sky for days, and violent storms swept across the countryside. Heavy rain flooded the fields, while powerful winds destroyed nearly everything Hassan had planted. By the time the storm finally ended, the once beautiful farmland had become a field of mud and ruin. The crops were gone. Hassan stood silently in the middle of the destroyed land as the cold wind moved through the empty fields. The villagers gathered around him with pity. "Your entire harvest is ruined," one man said sadly. "You have lost everything," another whispered. For the first time in many years, Hassan's sense of hopelessness. The months that followed were difficult. Without crops to sell, he struggled to support himself. Some villagers quietly assumed his farming days were over. But instead of giving up completely, Hassan continued working the land every day. One morning, while clearing the ruined field, he noticed something strange beneath the wet soil. Large pieces of stone glittered faintly under the sunlight. Curious, Hassan dug deeper. To his surprise, he discovered valuable underground water hidden beneath the land, a natural spring that had been buried for generations beneath the soil. The powerful storm that destroyed his crops had also uncovered the hidden water source. Soon, word spread throughout the village. Farmers from nearby towns began visiting Hassan's land because the underground spring provided fresh water even during dry seasons. Over time, Hassan transformed the area into the most fertile farmland in the region. His fields became greener than ever before. What once appeared to be destruction had secretly opened the door to something greater. One evening, a villager asked Hassan how he managed to continue after losing everything. The old farmer looked across his flourishing fields and smiled softly. "If the storm had never destroyed my crops," he said, "I would never have discovered what was hidden beneath the ground." The villagers stood quietly as they reflected on his words. Sometimes, failure is not the end of the story. Sometimes, life removes something valuable only to reveal something even greater waiting underneath. And from that day forward, the story of the farmer's empty field spread far beyond the village as a reminder that painful setbacks can sometimes become unexpected blessings. Failure is not always defeat. Sometimes, difficult moments uncover opportunities and blessings that we would never have found otherwise.